This aeration I'll be explaining which oil to use and when to use them. So first of all, I'll be explaining what do we mean by local oil. First of all, local oil refers to oil that is sourced locally. You understand? You can see them anywhere, mentioned in bottles and stuff, and it's usually from small producer. So they are locally made and usually from small producer. Whereby seed oil refer to oil that are packaged and sealed by the manufacturer. Seed oil are the ones that are sealed and packaged by the manufacturer to prevent tampering and to ensure that the oil is still fresh at when new, to ensure freshness and prevent tampering. So now, seed oil, it is sealed by the manufacturer to prevent tampering of the product. Now I'll be explaining in details. Now we have different kind of oil, the morbid total, and each of these oil have different additive at different percentage. So we have oil, different kind of oil for different functions. So now the manufacturer now will be putting details on the level of additive and the temperature at which they can work, the viscosity at a particular temperature. So this kind of seed oil, they have their functions and they have their well details on when to use them. So for instance, if you're working on diesel engine, the oil you're going to use might be different from petrol engine. The viscosity might be different. We have complex engines like this V8 automobile engine. They are very complex, and the oil need to travel to some kind of complex part inside of the engine. So in most cases, we might need a lighter and more lubed oil so that it can get to each of those angles and at the same time lubricating it, reducing the friction in those particles and reducing wear. So there's some simple engine whereby even if the engine oil is thick, they can still function. So that's why we have different kind of oil and properties by the manufacturer. So that is why seed oil still remain the best, because you know the property of the oil you are using and as required by manufacturer. However, the only time you can be advised to use this local oil is when you are having faulty engine. For instance, your engine is shorting oil or is smoking and you have to keep buying oil every day as you're using it. So it's advisable to reduce cost of buying the seed oil. You can go for the local oil since you'll be working on the engine. And don't forget, very very important, once your engine has been worked on, once your engine is now in good condition, has been worked on, please, you have to go back to the seed oil. The reason why we make use of seed oil is because of it is regulated. The property are regulated. So when they tell you to use 5W40 or 5W30, you understand, the oil has been packaged for those functions. So you don't need to guess if this one can work. But the local make is not regulated. The property is you can't determine what the property is not fit. So that is when to use the seed oil, when to use the local oil. And then I don't know, if you know this product, you can tag the manufacturer to this video, Mobi and the like. So that is it for today. When to when to use your local oil and when to use your seed oil. This is Aris. See you on the other one.